Welcome to this sacred space of healing and remembrance. My name is Selena, and today's message is especially for the steady, grounded souls born under the sign of Taurus, those who cherish stability, yet now find themselves standing at the edge of something deeply unknown. The first week of July, 2025, is not just another week. It is a cosmic turning point, a powerful, energetic threshold, rewriting your sense of identity, your path forward, and the quiet truth your soul has longed to live. For Taurus, who finds comfort in the familiar, this shift may feel like being gently but unmistakably pushed beyond your usual borders. But this isn't chaos. It's an activation, a soul-level invitation to rise beyond duty, beyond routine, into something authentic and alive. So take a deep breath and allow me to walk beside you through this energy corridor where true stability won't come from clinging to the old, but from anchoring into the awakened heart of a Taurus ready to transform. Are you ready? Because this journey was always meant for you. There is a pressure building, Taurus 1, you may not see, but you can feel it in your bones, in your breath, in the quiet tension behind your thoughts. This is what we call the spiritual pressure chamber. And no, it's not here to break you. It's here to activate you, to awaken the part of you that's been whispering beneath the surface, waiting for the moment the world became quiet enough for you to finally hear. You, who has stayed so loyal to what is known, are now being invited into what is possible. But possibility never knocks politely. It presses in. And for those who have stalled, hesitated, or doubted themselves for too long, this week will stir something loose. It may arrive as restlessness, or an emotional wave that doesn't make sense, or a sudden discomfort with things you once tolerated with ease. That's not instability, it's the signal that the old shell can no longer hold the truth of who you're becoming. And if you've noticed your dreams growing stranger, deeper, more vivid than usual, you're not imagining things. This week, dream space becomes the main line of spiritual communication. The veil thins, not just for you, but for many. You may wake from sleep, not remembering the details, but carrying the feeling of having been somewhere else entirely. These dreams are not random, they are transmissions. Symbolic, haunting, luminous. You might see doors, keys, animals, strangers who feel more familiar than some people in your waking life. And what's more extraordinary, Taurus, is that others across the globe may be dreaming of the same symbols. We are stepping into what mystics call a collective dream channel, a network formed not by technology, but by vibration. Through this web of shared subconscious, spirit sends what words cannot carry: signs, activations, instructions for what comes next. Your only task is to pay attention. Don't dismiss what visits you at night. Keep a journal nearby. Record what lingers. Because the messages arriving now are not for your past self. They are for the version of you being born through this pressure. And that version is ready. There is something ancient and rebellious humming beneath the surface of the 4th of July this year, Taurus, and it has nothing to do with flags, fireworks, or the stories we've been taught to celebrate. This is not about external freedom, it's about an inner revolt, a sacred defiance that rises not with noise, but with truth. For many, this day will arrive as a gentle earthquake within the soul. A shaking loose of old beliefs, inherited roles, and silent contracts you never agreed to but lived by anyway. It is the moment you stop asking permission to exist on your own terms. You may feel it as a sudden refusal to keep pleasing those who have taken your silence for consent. Or perhaps it will come as an overwhelming urge to walk away from a label, a title, a version of yourself that was never fully yours to begin with. The courage you've been waiting for won't shout. It will move quietly through your chest like a warm current, guiding you to speak a new truth, not to others, but to yourself. And in that moment, Taurus, you will not just be free, you will be whole. Then, without much warning, the very next day, the 5th of July, pierces the sky like a shard of energy that refuses to blend in. It does not arrive with softness, it ruptures. There is something about this day that acts like a splinter in time, a cosmic jolt that doesn't just shift the atmosphere, but slices through it. Emotionally, it might feel like being caught in a wave you didn't know was coming, dragging up forgotten fragments, anger, sorrow, a sharp truth you'd buried deep beneath calm routines. Some will experience it as a sudden glitch in their reality, devices malfunctioning without cause, GPS leading them off course, animals behaving as if they see what you do not. Others may feel their hearts race for no reason, or be struck by view so vivid it feels like a warning. But none of it is random. This is a spiritual surge designed not to scare, but to awaken. The veil is paper thin here. Even the most grounded Taurus might feel a flicker of something inexplicable, a shimmer around the edges of things they once thought solid. And in this moment, reflection becomes ritual. Journal what stirs. Light a candle not to banish the shadows, but to make peace with them. Listen not just with your ears, but with your breath, your pulse, your presence. For on this day, the universe speaks in riddles, and your soul already knows how to answer. There is a subtle test woven into the fabric of this week, Taurus, and it doesn't come wrapped in thunder or grand epiphanies. It arrives dressed as everyday distractions. Emotional bait will appear in many forms: an unexpected argument, a passive-aggressive comment, a misunderstanding that begs for explanation, or even the sudden reemergence of someone who once unsettled your peace. But this isn't an invitation to react. It's a mirror. The universe is asking, quietly but clearly, can you hold your vibration steady, even when chaos dances just outside your door? Every time you resist the pull to defend, to prove, to correct or engage, you choose clarity over confusion. Some of the energy this week is designed to provoke, not because you're being punished, but because you are being refined. Not every fire is yours to put out, and not every voice deserves an answer. Stay anchored. This is not avoidance, it is wisdom. The more stillness you cultivate now, the louder your intuition will become. And in that stillness, Taurus, something sacred unlocks. Because what begins now is not just a shift for the week, it is the ignition of a 3-month prophetic window. July, August, and September are not isolated chapters. They are a single corridor, stitched together by the choices you make right now. Every decision taken in alignment this week, no matter how small, carries a ripple that will shape your reality through the fall equinox. This is not metaphor. This is energetic law. The seeds you plant now, even in silence or solitude, will become the roots of who you are becoming by the end of September. So choose with presence. Speak with clarity. And if nothing feels certain, let your stillness do the choosing for you. Because while the world rushes to react, the soul whispers only when it is truly listened to. This week, listen deeply. The future is already forming, and it is listening, too. Something quiet but profound is happening within your relationships this week, Taurus. It's not always spoken, not always dramatic, but it is undeniable. You may begin to feel a shift. Certain people you once reached for now feel distant, like echoes from a version of yourself you no longer recognize. Conversations that once flowed effortlessly now feel forced, misaligned, or strangely hollow. And yet, without warning, someone new may appear. A brief interaction, a glance, a message that somehow lands with a depth you can't explain. These movements are not accidents. This is what we call vibrational sorting, a recalibration of your energetic field that arranges your connections according to your current frequency, not your past loyalty. In this space, logic holds no power. The heart speaks in resonance, and resonance does not ask for reasons. Some of the connections falling away now may not end with closure or conflict. They may simply dissolve, fade, or feel irrelevant, and you may find yourself grieving not a person, but the version of you who once needed that bond to feel whole. This grief is real, but so is the relief. Let both be honored, because as these old cords loosen, your field is making space for the souls who are attuned to the path you are walking now. These new connections may not come with a history, but they will carry a frequency that feels like home. And Taurus, perhaps the most important truth of all, do not chase what is leaving. Do not shrink your light to stay accessible to those who only knew the dimmer version of you. The ones who are meant to rise with you will feel the shift and rise too. And those who cannot meet your new vibration will simply fall away, not because you failed, but because your soul has evolved beyond that contract. Let it happen without guilt, without explanation. This is not abandonment, it is alignment. And sometimes, the most loving thing you can do for yourself. And another is to release the rope before it burns both your hands. In that release, you return to yourself. And from that space, the right people will find you not through effort, but through resonance. So as we close this chapter, Taurus, I want you to know what you are feeling is real. The shifts, the stirrings, the soft unraveling of what once held you, they are not signs of weakness, but sacred evidence that you are evolving. This week is not asking for perfection. It's asking for presence, to trust the process, even when it feels unfamiliar, to let go, even when your heart still remembers, to say yes to what aligns, even if you can't explain why. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. And though the road ahead may feel uncertain, your soul is already walking it with grace. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and above all, honor the quiet voice within you that has never led you wrong. Until next time, Taurus, keep listening, keep trusting, and know your becoming is already underway.